Supreme Court has given a California public law school the go-ahead to defund a Christian student club for restricting membership to Christians willing to abstain from sex until marriage. The case came down to whether the University of California Hastings College of the Law, that's funny, in San Francisco could revoke funding and other privileges of the local chapter of the Christian Legal Society because the society required members to affirm a faith statement and abide by a moral code prohibiting sex outside of marriage. This violated its non-discrimination policy, according to the college, by excluding homosexuals from both membership and access to the public funds available to clubs from the school. While the court seems to have kept its June 28 decision narrow in its reach, critics across a broad political range from free speech advocate Adam Goldstein through Christian groups to the Gays and Lesbians for Individual Liberty have condemned the decision, along with 4 of the court's 9 members. Kim Colby of the National Christian Legal Society is especially concerned about what it means for future religious freedom cases of broader scope. It was troubling that a majority of the Supreme Court did not seem to realize how important a statement of faith is to Christian organizations and has been for 2,000 years. We were told, I went to a seminar several years ago, a man by the name of David Gibbs of the Christian Law Association, and I will tell you that if you were given a choice to come if you're ever given a choice to go hear David Gibbs speak, I encourage it 100%. This guy's a brilliant guy. He's a great Christian. Fundamental. He's a King James Bible believer. I mean, I love it. But he said, make sure in your church's faith statement that you have specific wording, that you're not going to hire anybody that is a homosexual or anything like that is against the Bible. It's against your church's religious teaching. And so we have incorporated that here at Bethel Church into our faith statement. However, can we not clearly see, especially in light of this, can we not clearly see a time when churches are going to be forced to hire someone? He gave an example, and at the time we had a daycare. He gave an example. He said, let's say you're running a church daycare, and a homosexual will come in, and he said they will send them out to these places. Send them out to these places to get hired. He said, you either hire this guy or this gal, or you write them a check for about $100,000 because that's what they're going to get in the lawsuit, unless you have it in your church's faith statement. But anyway, this is setting the stage for the government telling you as a Christian or you as a church, you cannot discriminate against anybody for any reason. I don't care what it is. The protected species of homosexuals are the ones running this country. Here's another one. Lose Christianity or face expulsion. Georgia student told to read gay lit, attend pride parade, change beliefs. A lawsuit against Augusta State University in Georgia alleges school officials essentially gave a graduate student in counseling the choice of giving up her Christian beliefs or being expelled from the graduate program. School officials Mary Jane Anderson Wiley, Paulette Schenck, and Richard Diener demanded student Jen Keaton, 24, go through a remediation program after she asserted homosexuality is a behavioral choice, not a state of being, as a professor said, according to the complaint. Also named as defendants in the case that developed in May and June are other administrators and the University System's Board of Regents. The remediation program was to include sensitivity training on homosexual issues, additional outside study on literature promoting homosexuality, and the plan that she attend a gay pride parade and report on it. Ticks me off. Makes me mad. This sounds like the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, where if you or the People's Republic of China, where if you didn't have the views that the government approved of, then they sent you to an education facility. We're going to educate you. Listen to when people talk about education, especially in the government realm, when they talk about earmarking certain money for educating people. It's about brainwashing is what it is. It's about, who was it? This gal that got fired I was listening to the radio this morning. This gal that got fired from I think the USDA or something like that. for supposedly making racist comments, and it turned out that she really wasn't. And Andrew Breitbart ran the story. He ran the edited video, and it all turned bad, and this and that and the other. So they were interviewing this gal on CNN this morning, and they said, that she thought about suing Breitbart over this thing and to get some money out of it. And the CNN commentator said, what more do you want? What more do you want? Do you want to maybe shut down Breitbart.com? That's a pretty good idea. Why shut them down? Why shut them down? Why? Because they reported something that apparently wasn't true or taken in the wrong context. My goodness, CNN does it all the time. The New York Times does it. The Washington Post does it. For heaven's sake, I've probably done it over a year and a half. They want to shut them down. Why? Because they don't have the right government-approved views. The word persecution comes to mind. I want to pray for this lady because she is being persecuted, and you know what? Bring it on. Bring on the persecution. But we're being run in this country by sodomites. They are running the show. They're the ones who are controlling the agenda inside the United States of America. And it's going to get to a point, now you listen to this, it's going to get to a point where God's going to say, okay, I've had enough. I'm done. I'm going to take care of this problem right now. Look at what He promised in Deuteronomy chapter 29. He promised that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that it is not sown, nor beareth, nor any grass groweth therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and Admah and Zeboim, which the Lord overthrew in His anger and in His wrath. Even all the nations shall say, wherefore hath the Lord done this unto this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger? Then men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord God of their fathers, which He made with them when He brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. I want to ask you a question. I want you to think about this. And this is not meant to incite anybody in any way, shape, or form to go out and hurt another individual. Not at all. But there are certain things, because vengeance belongeth to the Lord, okay? But there were certain times, there were certain kings that rose up in the land of Israel. And when they rose up, they had a right heart toward God. And one of the things they did, like Josiah, one of the things they did was they put out the sodomites. Why did they do that? Because they recognized and realized that that agenda was so powerful and so strong, and it was something that God was so against that He promised them that left unchecked, and if it went too far, God would make that land exactly like Sodom and like Gomorrah. And here again, as Christians, that is not how we react. But I will tell you that we are living in a dangerous situation in this country because of the amount of sodomy and the control and the power that the sodomites of this country have over practically. Do they have it in the White House? Do the sodomites seem to be able to control a lot of congressmen? Barney Frank, Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, several others. Are they in control of Hollywood? Duh. Are they in control of the music industry? Yes. Are they in control of the film industry? Brokeback Mountain. Are they in control of the churches? They're getting there. Are they in control of the judicial system? Looks like that's where we're at right now. And I'm just saying that there's just so many things in America seem to be piling up to provoke God to anger. Now's the time to pray. Now's the time to watch. Now's the time to evangelize and try to warn people. Hey, we're running out of time. We are running out of time. This portion of the Watchman Radio broadcast got a new sponsor here. The 666 Barcelona wristwatch. Always on the hunt for the coolest new timepieces. We discovered this very unique watch brand in a recent trip to Barcelona, Spain. Don't judge by the name alone. This is not the devil's brand of choice. He wears a Rolex Daytona, by the way. This collection is instead built upon the mystery of numbers, the order of all things, and